we get started this morning, the very first song we're going to do is actually an original song that I wrote. Normally I don't share that with people, but I've been asked to share the testimony today of why I wrote this song and how I wrote it. So, 4 years ago, 2016, I was in a very, very, very dark place. My life was completely falling apart. I lost my job. I was out of work for half a year. Then I fractured several ribs, and then that even put me more out of work and unable to move, which caused us to not have any money, which caused us in a lot of difficulty. My marriage completely fell apart, completely, and so it was a difficult year. I had no hope. I had no joy. I did not feel loved by my family at all, and just in this pit of despair, this difficult season. And I know right now there's a lot of people going through a difficult season. You know, the whole COVID thing and everything that has happened recently, it's put people out of work. It's it created a lot of problems at home for people and so forth. And so I wrote this song, even though I personally was going through the worst time of my entire life, my entire adulthood. I decided to write a song to remind myself of God's promises. I decided to write myself a song that there is hope tomorrow, that joy and love can exist, and that they're just a prayer away. And that if I would focus on Jesus, if I would focus on Him, that as I focused on Him, He would change my circumstances. He would change my life around, and He would give me the hope and the joy I needed in the midst of that despair. And the sun will rise again. You know, it's when we're in the middle of the darkness, we don't feel life is going to get any better. We don't feel like there's hope, but there is. There's always hope in Jesus Christ, and He will lift you up. And so I wrote the song, "The Sun Will Rise Again," to remind me that tomorrow is a better day. And here I am 4 years later, and I have joy, I have love. I am married again to an incredible woman. When my first marriage did not work out, and I was just so heartbroken. But God led me to a best friend who loves Jesus and who really lifted me up. Life is great. I have a newborn son now, I think we've talked about, and I have so much joy, and God is doing new things. And also, I didn't see myself 5 years ago when everything fell apart. I did not see myself leading worship ever again. I thought those days were done, and then Jeremy called me, and here we are. So this is called "The Sun Will Rise." It's very easy to catch on. Darkness fills the sky, doubt and fear come with the night. We pray for a better day. If your world is crumbling, you can't seem to turn from sin, just pray, help is on the way. Joy and love will come again. Have faith. Then He will fill you with His love. The sun will rise again. There is hope, there is joy, there is freedom in the Lord. Don't believe the lies you told, and let the darkness eat your soul. Believe, and you'll be free. Healing for the broken heart. The darkness ends where living starts. In Him, salvation came. Joy and love will come again. Have faith. The sun will rise again. faith in God above, and He will fill you with His love. The sun will rise again. There is hope, there is joy, there is freedom in the Lord. Sing it out. The sun will rise again. Put your faith in God above, and He will fill you with His love. The sun will rise again. There is hope, there is joy, there is freedom in the Lord. The sun will rise again. Put your faith in God above, and He will fill you with His love. The sun